Britain facilitated the massacre of up to 3 million people in Nigeria in the 1960s, and there are people alive today who remember its impact.
How can you forget a massacre? How can you be alive during the time of a bloody genocide, survive it, and forget? No.
American professor Uju Anya was born in Nigeria, and her family survived a war that was sponsored by the British Empire.
Queen Elizabeth II, before she died, never once openly acknowledged what her government did on her behalf, in her name, to prop up her crown and to pad her coffers and her royal treasury, and never once said sorry.
Dr. Anya was born in 1976 in the aftermath of this war.
So what I saw was kind of the bombed out buildings and the reconstruction projects, and of course the conversations around the dinner table. My mom was pregnant during this war and running from village to village to escape the massacre.
Like so many conflicts, the roots of this war can be traced back to colonial rule. In 1914, the British Empire forcibly merged 400 different ethnic groups and tribes to create its largest colony at the time, Nigeria. Take a look at this news report during the Queen's royal tour in the 1950s.
These and many others marched slowly past the royal pavilion in salute to the Queen. Never before had such a magnificently comprehensive tribute been witnessed in Nigeria.
Even after Nigeria gained independence in 1960, there were still people who felt they didn't want to be a part of this newly formed country. This desire to create the breakaway state of Biafra would set off a civil war that lasted nearly 3 years.
Fight on, brave boys, fight on! Heroes of our fatherland, pursue the enemy, harass him, destroy the invader.
In response, the Nigerian government imposed a blockade on Biafra, which cut off all food supplies to the area. In living rooms across the world, people watched news clips of children with bloated bellies and sunken eyes.
3 million civilians were massacred, and they were done so using guns and bombs and supplies provided by the British government, at which Queen Elizabeth II was head.
You see, Britain had a stake in this. It backed the Nigerian government because it wanted to protect the oil investments that happened to be in Biafra's territory. This brutal legacy is another reason why the British monarchy and the Queen in particular have become symbols for many black and brown people around the world of colonial oppression.
These are not just statues, these are not just figureheads, these are direct beneficiaries of centuries of abuse. Human enslavement, exploitation, extraction of natural resources, political destruction and devastation, and till today, continued meddling in African affairs. Listen to us, read and learn, and join us when we ask the British government to recognize what they did to aid and support the Biafra genocide.